Alright, welcome back to Dwarf Fortress. This is the kind of quick overview of the current fortress as it stands. There are several hotkey options. It's the, I believe, F1 through 8, and Shift F1 through F8. Capital H will bring up the list of hotkeys that are currently present, and this just moves the camera to the appropriate position. And here's the list of all the hotkeys I have set up. If it's zoom, there's something actually there. If it says none, then it's an empty slot. Okay, so the main gate is here. Just follow the mouse is showing up. So this is the main gate. These down here are cage traps. Size doesn't really matter when it comes to cage traps. The only thing that matters is the weight of the creature or whatever that has been caught inside cage trap. Heavier creatures, such as an elephant or something, are going to take quite a while to move to wherever the trap is being moved to, or the cage is being moved to. So an elephant is going to take a lot longer than, say, a small rabbit. So you come along it's basically a paved floor. Over here is the side entrance. This is a bridge that raises, and the control lever for said bridge is right here. Oops. Right here, underneath the cat. This lever right here controls this bridge out here. Then you have the main sort of security door. Over here is a refuse stockpile. It's an experiment I've been doing. And a lot of this fortress is just trying to learn the very specific details of certain systems. The military system is the primary focus, as well as being able to just deal with large amounts of refuse. So I'm not overly concerned about playing with the entire map revealed. It does actually allow me to dodge the cave systems, as opening up the caves sends out a bunch of let's call them spores that can interfere with the fortress development in some ways. It's not a huge issue, but I just prefer that it doesn't happen until I'm ready for it. So, continuing on, this path up here is the wagon path. It's just really long, through wide hallway, nothing fancy about it. The much shorter main entrance follows along this path. This area is just empty space, so it is a suspended pathway. These red cage-looking things are weapon traps. So the idea behind the system is single file line. You're going to hit a weapon trap, and you are going to be politely encouraged to dodge. With this, there are, I believe, 8 ways that you can dodge. Dodging up or down will be safe. Dodging left or right will send you into empty space, and you will fall until you get something. So continue to follow this path around, get over to here, at which point you are politely encouraged to dodge left or right. And moving forward. Actually, let's see what's in these cage traps. These are basically just a little copper axe. Over here, we have sets of 3 axes, so slightly more encouragement. And then over here we have the ever-popular large serrated green glass disc. These will reduce, actually this single disc will reduce anything to several pieces in basically a matter of a second or so. This set over here is a set of 10 large serrated green glass discs of various qualities. This will reduce any creature to basically a pool of creature bits and giblets and very fine paste. So I have yet to have anything that isn't travel void actually get to this point here. Cages, in case of anything that's flying, it'll just fly right past all these traps and hit the cage traps and get caught. So anyway, very large stockpiles. If we go one level up, this is a basically security station of archers just roaming around here, shooting anything for additional encouragement. This is a similar setup just across the way. These are bringing up the K menu. Fortifications, basically just think of them as arrow slits. And up here is the legendary, tombs for the legendary military squads. Anyone who is incredibly important gets one of these. Each one of these is worth a small fortune. There's a platinum sarcophagus, basically just a place to stick a single body. Platinum is the most valuable common metal, so each one of these is worth quite a bit. Then a gold chest. Any items that they had on them will get placed in this chest. The entire thing is dedicated to a single person. So, if you go down a level, you have the military training, not really barracks, but live combat training. And if we come over to here, this area is designated as the sparring room. So just basically armed combat, but instead of trying to actually injure anyone, they just tap each other with their weapons and gain skill. Everyone who is in the military is armored. I believe I have everyone in steel armor at this point, so unless they really blunder, they're not going to be doing anything serious. I mean, maybe a bruise or occasional bump and bruise if they fall. But I think I've worked out all those issues. So over here and down one is the live combat training. This is just to train up archers. The flashing creatures in cages are the remnants of a previous invasion that failed miserably. I catch the invasion in cage traps, strip the weapons, and toss them in various pits, with either archers shooting them or just live training against actual opponents. And then over here is a ammo stockpile and trap equipment stockpile. I tend to do all of my main access stairs. These are just up-down stairs, so think of it as a set of stairs going up and down. I should probably mention now, each tile in Dwarf Fortress So each square, if it's 5 foot by 5 foot, looking down, it's also about 5 feet tall. When you go to carve out a tile, you leave about a 6 to 8 inch stone floor. So if you want to remove that stone floor, you have to go to designations, and then mine will just simply clear out the walls. You have to go to channel, and that will then clear out the floors, and that will dump you from an upper level into a lower level, which is how you go get these falling pits. So, let's go back to the military thing. This is the upper level of the military training area, and the kind of lower nitty-gritty safety area. In case something gets out, or I need to send in a squad for whatever reason. It hasn't happened yet. I do have cage traps so that anything that gets out will have to get through the traps. But yes, back to the way I do my stairs. The stairway in the middle is just, it's an open space, so I can stick statues or whatever in that area. So every time someone passes the statue, they see the statue, they get a happy thought, or they get a small bonus to their thoughts. It's like, oh hey, we've got a really nice statue over here. So it just helps with the overall morale. Going down some more, this is where the pit, basically the bottom of the pit where you are encouraged to fall into. For the most part, you do not want your military trying to fight on this, just to let the system work. And, well, basically your own dwarves can dodge off of it, and if they do, they will end up suffering the same fate. But down here is the farms and animal sort of pens. I did turn off grazing. It's a manual edit that I had to do. So if you do play with this fort, you will have to repasture all of these animals, otherwise they will very, very quickly starve to death. But it's just one of the, there's some issues with the sizes, and some creatures actually can't eat fast enough to keep themselves fed, so I just did that as a workaround. So the various workshops related to food production, farmer's workshop I'll get into later, soap maker, ashery, this is all soap industry. This converts various like animal hair, shear your sheep, turn it into wool cloth. Tanner and butchery here. And going down some more. This is the first, this is the F2 shortcut and go up a level. This is basically clothing and a furniture stockpile for getting new clothes, grab a new set of clothes, change, whatever. It keeps everyone nice and happy and properly attired. Going down, this is the, basically the grand bedroom for the Baron, and these are just kind of individual bedrooms. The walls have been smoothed out. The floors have not yet been engraved, but each of these bedrooms is ridiculously valuable, considering what most people normally do. Most of the time it's door, bed, someplace to dump your stuff. That's it. So these guys actually have storage space for whatever they've managed to accumulate. a bed. It's probably not the best bed, but a bed's better than the floor. Pretty much all beds are created equal, and a door for privacy. So that's all you really need for the dwarf bedroom. And then over here I have a just small, very, very basic office for whoever needs an office. Going down, we have this is the kitchen area, the south, various food storage stockpiles. This kitchen area contains all of the alcohol production and food production for the fortress. So probably the most important room in the entire fortress. Up here is a kind of grand dining room, golden tables, golden thrones or chairs, and then just backup seating in case the really nice tables and chairs are taken. Doors don't actually need to drink at the table, but they do like to eat at the table. The entire area has been smoothed off, and over here the display stands are I believe the only modded item I'm using, but it's just displaying various artifacts for the fortress. So anyone who comes in here is going to be just looking around, standing around, talking, eating, drinking, whatever, and just the amount of value in the room gives everyone a nice happy thought. Over here is the hospital, conveniently located next to the well. All of these blocks are soap, so soap is available for dwarves to rinse off with. Nice soapy bath. Happy thoughts. Soap for the hospital, keep everyone from, or keep your dwarves from getting infections from cuts and whatever. Traction benches in case they need to be used. The basic dwarven medical facility. A bed right next to a table. These are kind of the spare tables I had laying around, so nothing fancy. So, a place for the injured dwarf to rest, and a place for the injured dwarf to be operated on, if it is so required. And then food can just be brought over from the kitchen. Saves a lot of walking around time. Going back to the F1 shortcut, this bridge here that I've highlighted is controlled by the lever right here. This is an artifact mechanism, so it's very, very easy to find. All of the very important levers that would need to be pulled in case of an invasion, I like to keep in a location that pretty much anyone can get to and say, oh hey, I'll just pull this for you. So, helps save a lot of lives. We're going down some more levels, more bedrooms. This is the kind of industrial trade stockpile area, the all-important trade depot, and the exit to the trade wagon side entrance thing. This lever here next to the trade depot will seal this bridge in case of emergency or whatever. If this bridge is up, the wagons will automatically skip the fortress, so leave this accessible unless you have an invasion that you need to deal with. Up here are the kind of just generic burial spots, coffins, in a catacomb sort of arrangement. I haven't had all that many deaths, especially compared to what other people can have. So this entire right-hand side is filled. most people aren't really going to be upset about just having a really basic coffin, just as long as they've been properly entombed. And then over here we have just more space, and just extra burial locations that aren't even used yet, which is good. So this is the F3 shortcut. Going down, we have more stockpiles, very large wood stockpile. Despite being pretty well developed, this fortress does actually eat quite a bit of wood. This is just a very large pool of water before it's safely sealed away. So it's never going to freeze over, it's never going to have invaders swimming through it, it's always just going to be clean water available for wound cleaning or drinking or whatever. Continuing to go down, more available space, more bedrooms, more bedrooms, more bedrooms. And this is leading to the very bottom of the fortress. This is the shortcut area up here, and the long, we've done something wrong and are now having invaders come in. Same thing as the front door, front gate area. Same concept. Going down some more. First level of caves, which I've dodged. Cave entrance, this is one of my several kind of mega projects that I want to do. Going down some more. We can hit the second and then third layer of caves. Here's the second. And the third layer of caves. This is in the K menu, unrevealed areas. I do know what's in them, but if we're just getting started, I will leave that as a surprise. Going down some more, and we finally have the furnace workshop area. I've given the dwarves that have very, very high metalsmithing, armor, and weaponry creation skills their own nice bedrooms down here. Gold chest. Oops. Gold cabinet, gold chest, bed. I try to go for very nice beds down here. Golden doors. Detailed floors, so it's been smoothed and engraved. These are realistically too valuable. There's too much value in each of these rooms for what should be realistic for an average dwarf, but I want to keep these guys as happy as they are pretty much the lifeblood of this fortress. So, a break room down here, emergency bed, I'm about to fall over, I need a bedroom, I don't want to have to walk all the way up to mine. You can just fall over one of these beds, it's not great, it's not private, but go and sleep on the floor. A couple of chairs and tables for eating on. Small stockpile, drinks, food. Saves you from having to be hungry as you walk all the way up. On the topic of going up and down, going up a level or down a level is equivalent to moving across a single tile. So, building vertically in the fortresses is a good idea. Over here, lots of stockpiles for all the metal items. Magma furnaces, forges, smelters, whatever. Basically, it saves the fuel part of the reaction. And then up is metal item storage, metal bars, what have you. And up again is just more storage. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up here. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to give a very quick overview of the other area, zooming out a little bit so this can be covered. this area here, frozen. It's frozen water currently, but it's I believe it is a stream, so it is not passable except for this bridge here. Most of it's frozen. This area down here, this is the colder side, and this is the slightly warmer side of the map. This area over here on the right will freezes later, thaws earlier. It's really only frozen, say, middle of middle of fall through last half of fall through first half of spring. The other side is frozen about half the year. So over here we have the guard turret tower. This is just the kind of base piece with bridges to cover the arrow slots. And then up here is it's an enclosed, fully roofed, enclosed area that will cover the main entrance, basically to keep invaders from getting stuck here. If they go forward, they run into the traps. If they stay here, they get pelted by arrows, and if they retreat, then the siege breaks. So here's the main door one. And over here is a sort of construction tutorial area that I have. This will actually be functional, as invaders do like to spawn here and down here. If you go down 2 levels, actually 1 level, this is up downstairs that aren't yet excavated. Go down a couple levels, this is the tunnel underneath, so you can have a patrol simply loop through the tunnels. And I will be covering how to set up a patrol. Safety system in case something goes horribly wrong. Mostly in case something goes horribly wrong before I finish the entire construction. And just seal this and be done with it. Path over here, which leads up to the archer area covering the front door. So, if you're happy with how this has gone so far, and are willing to just go ahead and say, okay, let me just jump in and start doing some really big projects, a couple of suggestions. This room over here, this 4x4 animal stockpile, has a fun little project that you can train. Extra bonus points for catching a second, having them reproduce, and then unleashing them on an invasion. The other project is that I want to try to address is one of the minecart system, despite having been introduced in, I believe it was the version 34, I have yet to actually run the minecart system. So, a large project is setting up a minecart system from here all the way up to the trade depot, so that goods can be more easily moved. So anyway, this is right at the 30-minute mark, which means it's going to take me just under forever to get uploaded, so I'm going to go ahead and cut that here. The next video I'm going to actually unpause and try to get started. So until then, stay safe and keep your dwarves properly drunk.